All right, here we go again, y'all. Here we go again. Okay, just pull up my WordPress dashboard, and immediately you see that I need to update some plugins. So that tells me that the auto update is not enabled, or it just hasn't occurred. And in this case, it's not enabled. So I need to enable it. And while I'm here, I'll go ahead and update. Yeah. And so last time I was in, I was working on my homepage, adding in the nonprofits into a accordion type tab layout, and so that's what I'm going to do right now. And then I'll dial it in and tweak it and make it better in the near future. So I did Survival International. So the next thing I need to do is the Barnabas connection. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. There we go. So for the Barnabas connection, basically what I want to do is I want to take this container, I want to copy it, and then for consistency sake, and then I want to paste it here. It's not letting me paste it. Let's try that again. Told you, unrefined and unfiltered, right? Couldn't be any more unrefined than right this very moment. I feel like I just broke something. So I need to reload that page. Perfect. Glad nobody's watching, although somebody's watching. There's a chat bar. You can chat to me, so I won't feel all alone. Say hi. So let's try that again. Let's see what we're looking at. We've got that container there, and right, see, copy, but there's not a paste, so I might not be able to paste all that. So let's see. Yeah, I can't. So I'll take it one piece at a time. The structure was headline, and then below that was media and text. So I'll do that same structure over here. Headline, I assume it's going to be an H2, Barnabas connection, and then below that will be a media and text box, which is right here. And so now I need to upload from my library computer. Let's see, nope, not there. I'm from here somewhere. There we go. Where are you? Application. And that's in the assets box. Okay. There we go. Min. Woohoo! Remember the alt text that we talked about last time is really about trying to help the visually impaired access whatever that image is. And so if you have an image on your website or a video or anything like that, why is it there? And the alt text is used to convey the why, not just, ooh, it's a couple people, but it's a screenshot of the best connection website that Austintatious is running, something like that. Okay, so that it communicates what that image is to somebody who can see it. Okay, and so then I wanted to grab kind of their byline, okay? And so that's what we'll do here is just take that little chunk of text and place it here. That's way too big, and it's a Gutenberg paragraph as opposed to a generate block paragraph. So let's change that to a generate block paragraph. I feel like I originally made that in H3 for the Survival International. You see how big that is? I'm going to change that because that paragraph just looks a lot smaller. Okay, and then I'll take that item and add it here. So it's kind of like what do we do? We partner with the Barnabas Connection by providing web design, web development, digital marketing, SEM strategy, and consulting. So I'm going to go ahead and update that page. And I'm not going to go check it out because it doesn't always work. So if you're in Generate Press theme and you're using SiteGround Optimizer and a whole bunch of other things, if you click the preview button, because there's no cache of this page, that's where you'll actually see the live updates as they will be. But for somebody who's previously seen your stuff, then no, they won't. They won't. Okay, phew. It's like maybe we're coming back online. I think I got dropped there for a second. But what I'm trying to do here is the urgency behind building this out is because I have a tool called SharpSpring, which is an automated marketing system and CRM that I can't use on my live website, but I want to use. So the tracking pixels break amped websites, or rather, the AMP plugin breaks third-party tracking pixels. That's more correct. And so I want to use that. And in order to use that, I can't have an amped website. So I'm not going to have an amped website. I'm going to use this awesome theme, Generate Press, and rebuild my entire website. And actually, my website needs help. So this is giving me an opportunity to kind of better think through why I built my website the way that I did and the content that I've chosen and that sort of thing. Like, why did I choose the content strategy? So next I need to upload Syntax Theater, which should be in roughly the same place where I found Barnabas. Okay. There we go. And we'll go to their website. So the deal with your website, right, is you need to convey your value proposition. And so all of these websites should convey the value proposition somewhere very, very early on. And that's why I'm just going and hoping that we can grab it and make it work, okay? So I'm not even thinking or reading the content. I probably need to, just to be, fair. I need to go through and read it and make sure that it's saying what I want it to say or conveying the information that I want it to convey. But for now, I'm trying to streamline this, so I'm just going through and I'm building. Like I said previously in another recording, I just build super, super fast and get the site up, and then I go to Texas Theater Academy. These are all the same things that we do for them. So update that and move on to the next one. Which, you know what? I don't yet help the Wimberley players. So I'm going to pull this for now, and then we'll add it when they officially become partners of mine. Otherwise, I'm kind of jumping the gun. So this is the Friends of Wimberley Valley Library. And I'm not doing much for them, and they don't have a website. So I'm just going to take this little piece of content and add it. Woohoo, friends! I will be providing web design, web development, digital marketing, and consulting. I'm doing that currently. So it's close enough to true. Pushing limits. And they should be somewhere in the same folder. Oh, might not be. So let's see if I can find them. Not there. Let's just expand that to all documents. New matches. Okay. So we'll have to go to their website and do a screen capture. But that means that I won't be compressing that. I'll have to compress it. I guess I'm fine doing that. So let's see. No. I want this to be its own page. And that's good enough. You're not letting me do that screen capture thing? I wonder why not. Okay. So let's try it this way. Shortcut didn't work. That will work. And so I just grabbed that, and I'm just adding it to that same location where I have everything else. Because that's where it should be going. So I've just added the pushing limits screenshot into, dang it, well, that's not into my deck. Remember, that's what we name it a specific way. So now I need to open that. And I don't know how heavy a load my computer can handle, because I'm pushing it, right? Pushing it, but I'm going to try and push it to capacity. Okay, so coming online is Photoshop, and I'm not going to be doing anything crazy awesome. I'm just grabbing the screenshot, and I'm going to compress it so that it's fast and not super heavy screenshot, because it probably is way too big. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Photoshop. You can see it, see what I'm doing. What in the world is that thing? Dang it. don't want that there. I must have marked it. Bummer. All right, let's try this again. Close that. Close that. Minify that. And we'll do that thing again. Take a screenshot, which is what that sound is. So you just took a screenshot. I'm going to save it in the folder, saving these things as pushing limit screenshot. Yes, I want to replace it. And then I'm going to come into Photoshop and I'm going to open that new folder, new item. Okay, so that's cleaner. Now all I'm going to do to compress it is export as, and man, you're not seeing that, are you? Okay, let's see if I can make that super small because it's all kinds of weird going from one good monitor to a not so good monitor. So let's see if I can make it small enough. No. Wow. Okay. So it's all off screen. I have PNG. I'm selecting smaller file, and that smaller file compressed it down from 633 kilobytes down to 230. That's still massive. The width right now, actually, it's set of the PNG. I'm going to change it to a JPEG. Okay. That makes it even bigger, 500 kilobytes practically, but I'm changing the quality down to 10% because this is really only going to be a small image. That dropped it down from 500 down to 55 kilobytes, which is about 10%. And the width is 13 by 60 by 727. So I'm going to change the width down to, I don't know if you've got a massive screen, I'll have it at 600. Okay, so that changes the size from 55 down to 15 kilobytes, and that's good. So now it's 600 by 321, 10% JPEG. And I'm going to export that as pushing limit screenshot. So that should do it. Minify that. I'll close that, and then I'll come in here and I'll upload. Which one are you? Oh, that's the JPEG. Okay. And so here we need to add the alt text screenshot of pushing limits website that was built by Austintatious Design. Okay. And then the content, we need to go back to their website and grab their value prop. Which is located, let's see, that's not a very good value prop. Talk to them about that. It's a little too much story and not enough how they can help, right? It needs to be 7 words, something like that. So we'll have to go readdress that sometime soon. But for the time being, that should be good enough. And I don't know if I have their screenshot or not, so I'll check. No, so we need to grab a new one. Do that. Do the same thing I just did. A minute. Okay. Make it big. Screenshot. Boom. Save it as the flag screenshot. And then now I need to go back into Photoshop and compress it. Same thing, going to export it as a JPEG. Now it's going to switch over to a monitor that you're not looking at. I'm going to change the quality of the JPEG from 100 to 10%. Could probably afford to go down to 3, but whatever. And the width from 13 and change down to 600. And now it's a 27.5 kilobyte. And that's still big, for what it's doing, but I'll take it, I'll work with it. And I'm going to keep that open because I'm going to need it in a minute. Here we go. Overlay friends of, let's make sure I get the name organized appropriately. Gay, lesbians, bisexual, and transgender. It's important, right? And then insert after, and here we go. We'll add the media and text. We'll upload that new file, which is probably that one. Oh, and then we'll go back and see what there. Take that whole thing, right? Change that to headline paragraph type. Paste that in. And then grab those same little blurbs. Rewrite for clarity. I don't know, probably need to. And it's not Barnabas, it's loading flag. Okay, and did I change that appropriately for pushing limits? I didn't, right? So let's make sure we do that. Right. Update it. Okay, so that's that. And the page is updated. Let's preview that page in the desktop. Glass morphism. Animation on scroll. Okay. So that's pushing limits, that's stubborn flag, that's the Barnabas connection, Surviving International, Syntax Theater Academy. Okay, that's great. So if you would like, I wonder if that needs to go last, but whatever. We'll keep it. I'll close these down. I'm gonna have to review the content, but I'm not gonna focus on the content now. There's just too much to do with this live. So we've got the services, we've got the nonprofits, and then I think we have testimonials below, right? We did that already. Okay, good. And then below the testimonials, I have that thing, but I haven't really done anything with it. You know what? That's really cool. I'm gonna move that. What is that? Yeah, I'm gonna take this whole thing. Inside that container. I want to copy that container. And wait for it. I'm going to put it here. Paste it there. Okay. So next, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to replace that with this. Okay. Woohoo! I like it. Now take this. And I'm going to grab that, copy it. I Control C sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. And it's really frustrating. So um, Control. Remember, this is Control Shift V. Actually, I don't like that. So um, I'm gonna replace that with Control V and see if I can't get, yes, I got my block customizations. So then, see, that doesn't fit there. Okay, so I'm going to take that away. And you see the Meet Our Team? I'm going to change that to Get in Touch, because just above it, it says if you would like your nonprofit, right? So the Get in Touch is now going to link to Contact, the contact page. And funny, I haven't built it, so I can't link it yet. That's fine. So now I need to get rid of this block. And notice Shift-Alt-Z, that's what I'm going to use to get rid of the block. And I do want that one little piece of text. So I'm going to get rid of all of that. Okay. So now we've got it all there. I like that because that kind of feels like nonprofits, right? And so I'm going to scoop that here. And finally, we're going to remove that block. Oh boy, that scares me. Now let's see what happened to it. that was a lot of Fast and Furious. I said unfiltered and unrefined, right? So the idea behind what I just did was I found that graphic of the stair steps, but I had forgotten about it. And I feel like it really kind of connects to nonprofits, right? That's why I grabbed it. And so the nonprofit kind of blurb, I feel, warrants an image like that. And then below that are the tabs. So I feel like that looks really good. I like the scroll animation, so I'll keep that for now. And there's still no call to action with each of these, but I feel like that's okay. And so next up is we did testimonials, we did nonprofits. I have to build out the portfolio and in the news section. So I don't know how quickly I can do that, but let's see the portfolio. I'm using these GIFs, which I really like because they show the motion of the website. So I might keep that. And then also the services that I include, you have to click it. And I don't feel like that's a clear actionable item. And so I want to address that. And then if you click that button, it'll send you to the live website. So that's kind of what I'm going to try and emulate for now. And that's going to be, yeah, I don't need this at all. So that's just you. Anything else? Nope. Okay, remove that block. I like that. So I'll leave that. And so here I'm going to add the portfolio. So first I need to start with a generate block container. Everything needs to be inside a container when you're building with generate blocks, so that you can come over here and change the typography, the spacing, the colors, the backgrounds, all these things for any item inside that container. It's a generate block item will follow those patterns. So that's the theory behind that. So I've created my container, and now I need to create something. So Cadence has some really fun things. I want to look at what Cadence has as pre-built, because that tab feature, we just used it. Oh, the accordion. You know what? I think I'm going to use the accordion for the in the news section. I think that that's where it's going to go. So instead of a cadence feature, I'm going to go ahead and add a generate block grid. Okay. And that will help me build out those different cards like we have up at top. So the easiest way to do that is to make it 100% width grid item. And when you build a grid, it will generate blocks. It automatically puts a container inside that grid. So right now, if I'm trying to edit anything with the block editor over here, okay, I can edit the horizontal or vertical gap between each grid item. If I have any global styles built, then I can use that too. And I can't remember, did I use global styles? Because that would be really groovy right now if I had. So let's just go through and see and generate blocks, global styles. Did I build cards? Yeah, I built some cards. So what are the card features that I built? Okay, so things that I like about it are the hover shadow, right? So that's fine. So that's what we'll do. We'll borrow a card. Okay, so that card is actually grid inside card, service card 1. That's what that's called. Yeah. So I'm going to navigate to the container. And now I'm going to say use global styles, and I'm going to say service card 1. Okay, see what that did right there? So that gave me the hover and shadow. That gave me the rounded radio border, rounded border, and but it's still set at 100. So I'm going to go ahead and swap that to 33. That might be too small. Let's do 50. Let's do 50. Yeah, 50. Why didn't we go any bigger? 33, 50, 66, 50. Oh, that looks really small. Whatever. I screwed. So inside here, then I'm just going to start with, I think I'm going to do a container. Ooh, can I use a GIF as a background in a container? Let's find out. So that container, I'm going to set here. Grab the image address, and I can just paste it right there. Look at that. I can use a GIF as a background. Amazing. Okay, so then below that, I'm going to use, ooh, the accordion here might work. Maybe. That's too much styling to work out right now. Let's get rid of that bad boy. I think I'm just going to list what I did. You know? Simple little list. Use an icon list. That's cadence. I like the little check marks. And I'll go through and okay, I'll come back to Rambler. I'll rebuild you in just a second. I'll come through and I'll control V. Oh, it's all one thing. Great. So that didn't work exactly. I don't know anybody needs to know any of that junk. Okay, we're just gonna see what that looks like real quick. It's probably not all that interesting, to be honest. So let's see. Scrolling down. Oh, I don't think I dealt with that. I didn't deal with that, but that actually looks really good. It's fine. So I need to just adjust that container to have a minimum height of 200 pixels. No, it's a little funky. So let's do 140. Okay. And preview that again. And so, whoops, that is in right past that one. Okay. So still, it's a little bit small. So let's change that to be minimum height of 250. And we'll probably have to adjust this in the mobile. So one step at a time. One step at a time. Right. So what I'm trying to do here is see those changes. 250 looks good. It's a little cut off, but I don't really care. I guess I need to put the title above it. Okay, so that's missing. And actually, the title could float right here. Wonder what that will look like. Because remember, this is actually the background of that container. So let's see what happens when I put Weeping Willow water supply. And I need to change the color to white. Ooh, maybe what the background color for the text. I don't know. I'm gonna have to add an effect to that text so that we can see it. We'll add some text shadow, and then we'll dial that text shadow in a little bit. Less blur and less offset. And that color is actually going to be straight up. Let's close and update. That might do it. So just been hearing my phone go off. I'm just checking, make sure I'm not missing anything important while I'm doing this. So give me 2 seconds. Somebody filled out my contact form while I was doing this. Trying to sell me SEO. Thank you, no thank you. That's what I do. That's my happy place. Okay, so let's check this out in the preview mode. Again, because I have Cloudflare as a CDN and I have SG Optimizer dialed in. I'm not a big, you just can't see live the changes. So you can preview them because these previews haven't been cached. So you can see them. Okay, so Weeping Willow water supply. I mean, I like it, but I think that it needs more. And that button's really kind of confusing because it makes me think I can click it. I can't. So let's try to figure that out. We'll align it center. I'm not going to copy styles yet. The text shadow, I want another one. Am I crazy? A little. I don't care. I don't know if that's going to do it. I don't want to break offset. Okay. Okay, it's fine. And I don't want to add any transition or opacity, I could look at making a background color for that text. Do that. But I think that's the background color for this, and that's not what I'm trying to do, right? So that's for the H2. Let's try a background color. Whoa, quit freaking out. See what that did. Okay, we'll update that. And something else is I wanted this centered vertically. So I'm going to see if I can't do that somewhere here within either the typography. Let's see if that's one of the things. No. No. I don't think any of that is going to work. Okay, so we're just going to leave that for now and see what that does. Okay. Okay, preview. Okay, so here we are, checking it out again. It's a lot of checking things out. Okay, Weeping Willow water supply. That is almost inaccessible. It really is. So I've got another idea. I'm going to take this H2 element and I'm going to copy it. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the container that it's in. And I'm going to insert before that container, and I'm going to paste my H2 element there. I'm going to take that away from here. I'm going to change the color to black, right? And I don't think I need the text shadow anymore. So I'm going to turn that effect off and see what that's like. So I also haven't added any kind of notification that this is the portfolio of recent things, so that needs adding as well. And I'm almost out of time for this segment. But I'll show you one more thing. Okay, so that looks better. Maybe a little spacing above. Okay, so the spacing is here. I'm going to add some padding to the top. Let's go 20. And then I need to add a button down here. So that button is going to be a generate press button. And I'm going to go to the outside container button, and that's where you center it. Okay, and then I'm going to go inside the button, see it live. And this is weepingwillowwater.com. Okay, and that button I am going to give a global style to, but maybe I need to do that outside button. Buttons, yes. Button 1. Now, I like everything. Okay, I'm going to go to the outside, to the container that this is inside the grid. Remember, I had it at 50%. I'm just going to go duplicate grid item. Aha! So now I have 2. So now I'm going to update and preview it. I duplicated it before I checked it out on mobile, so that could be problematic, but whatever. I like to fix things after I break them. Still need to get rid of that or update that, but this is, yeah, that looks good. Okay, it's a little too much movement, but they're not all going to be animated GIFs. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, so that's good enough for today. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.